he'd managed to turn down rather frightened off 2 other previous matches. It seemed no one was able to handle this newly transformed alpha. You see, it's all been arranged through the king, Isabella recounted. The king? My brows pulled together in immediate confusion. What does he have to do with something as trivial as this? Unless, rumor had it that because of Alexander's rising popularity, he led the Alpha King to become rather wary of his ever-growing status. The Alpha King, feeling threatened by Alexander's strength and constant pack expansion, was probably looking to further weaken him. That had to be it. Setting him up with someone, like myself, who didn't come from a necessarily large and influential pack, meant that Alexander wouldn't be able to benefit from any future marriage. No doubt the other women came from smaller packs as well. Perhaps the young Alpha had come to that exact conclusion himself. Why me? I asked bluntly. Surely I had nothing more to offer him than the last 2 he's previously parted with. And it's true. The Alpha King has tried arranging marriages for Alexander before, once or twice, I believe. Isabella went on with a dismissive wave of her hand. I clenched my jaw at her impassive behavior toward the situation. Yes. But they were always called off before the wedding due to how different he is now, confirming the rumors. My fear of the matter was evident, but my stepmother merely went on to explain with a smile. The king is willing to offer us a large sum of wealth for this marriage. It's an opportunity we should accept. I thought it over, and since Alexander is 28, he's not a good match for your younger sister. You're older, so it has to be you. It's just that your sister likes Liam, so we've adjusted the marriage arrangements. I knew that age was never the real issue here. After all, I was only 22, just 4 years older than my sister. I didn't bother to hide my unhappiness. Yes, you've adjusted the marriage arrangements at the cost of everything I'd been building and held dear to me. My relationship with Liam really held no hope. But from the clear look of things, he didn't seem to mind the switch. Samantha remained happily wrapped around his arm while occasionally shooting me with a knowing grin. My heart hammered within my ribcage so fiercely that I was afraid it was going to break. The anger that was simmering beneath my surface was gnawing at my very bones. I knew that was just an excuse for them to use rather than admit the real truth. Money. This all came down to the money the Alpha King was offering my family. The man had raised the stakes on this specific proposal, and my parents were all too happy to jump at the opportunity. I had always been an outsider in this pack, never receiving any privileges that the rightful daughter to the elder Alpha should have. Now, they were trying to profit from my marriage? You can't force me to do anything, I said, intending to leave. My father's voice came out strong and unnerving. Perhaps you ought to think about your twin brother, Edward. My heart tightened, and I turned back in disbelief to look at my father. Alexander wasn't the only one who suffered a traumatic incident. My twin brother Edward had also been injured in that car accident 3 months ago. He now needed various machines to survive. Is my father seriously using my brother's life as a threat? Edward is your only male heir. Do you want to stop saving him? He's been bedridden for 3 months, and Isabella is pregnant with a boy, the doctor says. My jaw dropped in shock. The tears I managed to blink back had come rushing forth. Unlike Isabella, my father wasn't hiding Alexander's situation. He was using my brother's life to make me agree. If I married Alexander and accepted the king's reward, they would take care of Edward. Simple as that. Fine. I could feel my voice shiver. It pained me to no end, but I had no choice. Third-person point of view. Alexander Kingston stood tall and handsome, his face utterly flawless, in front of the large window in his private home office. Oliver, his loyal beta, stood idly next to his desk. How come there's another woman agreeing to marry me? He asked darkly. Oliver spoke plainly. Perhaps it's because of the king's reward, he answered. I heard it was rather substantial. The Alpha blew out an impatient breath and bit back a look of disdain. No matter. She'll leave like all the others. He turned to glance over his shoulder. Everything else should proceed as usual, and we must respect the king's arrangements. But just like before, prepare those things for me.